get in destination, right? And then
Right.
from there,
Yeah.
I want it to be adults only. I want it to be all
Yeah.
inclusive. We want it to be a family trip. We want to go crazy and be kind of like a club environment. We want a very low key, relaxed trip. We only want to spend this much. How do we qualify a client that way with budget and all these things that they want? So I think for you to be able to do that and do it within our system, that's why we've had such a strong partnership over the years.
Yeah. Yeah. That's been the fun part for me. I think, and not to toot my own horn, but to toot it. Over the years, I have developed a knack, and maybe it was because I did come from the insurance industry, and they did a very good job of teaching me about finding out what customers needed. And my biggest strong point is the fact that I can talk to a customer, ask the right qualifying questions, and then determine which properties which properties fit their needs, as well as what they're looking for in customization. Because even though we do air and hotel, there are certain things, like you said, that we can do to customize their trip for them to make it special, and to create that experience. I'm all about a bucket list. So what is it that I can do to experience be everything you want it to be when you think about your bucket list?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's because of the number of years I've been doing it, but I do
Yep.
say that I'm really good at that part.
Yeah, and I think that that's something that's what you offer that me turning on my computer and just going right to Expedia can't give me.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think that, and on top of that, it's just all the things that you can provide as an agent. If something just happened to not go right on your trip, you can call Karen. Karen can call
yeah,
our during travel department that specializes in making sure that you continue to enjoy the rest of your vacation while we figure out what's going on. That if that's done with Expedia or booking through Costco, that's something that they'll tell you, hey, you got to figure that out on your trip. And
yeah.
that's something that separates both us as a tour operator, and it separates you uh, being there and added that value service for your clients, which is huge.
Exactly.
So
So let's talk about some trends that you may be noticing, now that you're a big company. There's probably lots of trends that are happening out there in the
sure,
travel in your world.
sure.
But what's going on?
Yeah, Europe, as I mentioned, Europe is really big right now. Although Mexico is our number one destination, there's still some things
Mm,
in the media, saying that to stay away that are just kind of frankly not true at all, and they're just kind of over
right.
exaggerated. I challenge anybody listening to look up the statistics of just their home city and compare it to Riviera Maya. As I always
Right.
say, 2 a.m. in a dark alley in Chicago or Milwaukee, where we're from, is 2 a.m. in a dark alley way away from your resort in Mexico. So I love Europe.
Exactly.
Europe's awesome. I love Mexico. I travel to Mexico all the time. But Europe right now seems to just be that spot where everybody. I'm not sure if that's. I've personally done backpacking through Europe with my wife. It was unforgettable. It was great. So I'm kind of curious why it's so hot right now. But I encourage anybody to do it. Hawaii is huge right now with Southwest Air now caters to go to Hawaii. So that we're getting a
Yeah.
lot of calls on. Yeah, right. So with Southwest Airlines now offering that product, we're getting a lot more calls. Hey, I want to go to, Maui, or I want to go to the Big Island. I want to go to Kauai, and I want to do all that through
Hmm.
Southwest Air. I love Southwest as an airline. So I think those are kind of the trends. And then if you want to combine it with group travel, groups are huge right now. They are
Yes.
destination weddings, family
Oh
reunions,
my
work
God.
trips. It's huge. I mean, you're getting, I'm sure you probably have groups
Yeah.
already calling you right now. It's
Yeah.
huge.
I mean, we do the destination wedding thing right now. People are already planning for 2020. Um, and then, girlfriend getaways, with the destination weddings, sometimes comes the bachelor and the bachelorette parties, the
Oh yeah.
milestone anniversaries or birthdays, even divorce getaways. You know, groups can be anything.
Divorce getaways? You guys tell me about that one. I haven't
Oh
heard of
yeah,
that.
when folks decide or they're celebrating a divorce, they decide to get together with their girlfriends or guy friends and go to a destination to
I
sow
love
their
that.
wild oats because they've been tied down for however many
Sure.
years. So
That is awesome. I love that. I
yeah,
love that.
absolutely. It's kind of crazy.
I
And it
know.
used to be that, you know, in Mexico that they were worried about the spring breakers. Now it's the old folks that have decided they're going to get divorced that tear up everything. So
Sure.
it's all
Sure.
it's all good.
Well, kind of
It's
not to
all
go
good.
off,
But yeah, lots of
kind of
trends.
not to know, yeah, kind of not to know where my mind's at right now, but are you selling any hedonism on your side?
Um,
Like do you
actually,
sell,
we used
yeah.
to sell a lot of hedonism. I haven't
Okay.
sold much hedonism recently, but hedonism was my first experience in Jamaica, to be
Really?
honest. And
Okay.
I personally have been to hedonism like 20 times.
Wow. Well, I think why I'm so
Yeah.
fascinated with it is not because I think I always had this perception of what it was. And that's okay. There's just these resorts
Mm.
that are like kind of 3-star places, 2.5, 3-star places that are just a bunch of
Hmm.
naked people walking around. Okay, that's just me. Before I even started in the travel agent industry, that was just my perception, right? Because I didn't know anything. And then now
Right.
I've gotten a chance to see these 5-star hedonism resorts where I'm like, whoa, like these
Yes.
are incredible properties, and it's nothing like that, and it's just
No.
absolutely,
Well,
yeah,
you
it's
know what
mind
I
blowing how nice they are.
you know what I tell people saves hedonism type properties save marriages. If and I'll do my little spiel about what I tell people. If
Okay,
when we get caught up in everyday life in relationships as husband and wife, we start to have children. Children become our focus. Work becomes our focus. You lose your girlfriend and boyfriend, and you know Hito is the first to have done this, and now more resorts are starting to have this concept, and they're doing it on a more luxurious scale and to some point.
sure,
But what this does, because we used to meet lots of school teachers or people that worked with children or in public environments where their image was had to be a certain way. And so this allowed them to go to a place where they weren't going to run into any of their parents or their teenagers, or they could just get away from their kids and actually spend some time as a couple remembering the good old days.
yeah, yeah, it's awesome.
They're amazing. So that's another trend that you just came up with. So let's talk about, you said your best selling products right now are Europe, Hawaii, Mexico.
Yep, those are the big ones.
And they have been, Mexico and Hawaii kind of are consistently on there all the time, aren't they?
Yeah, they're always on there, and then also Caribbean has got to get some love. Dominican Republic is
Yeah,
rising by the week.
huge.
I think. Yeah,
Yes.
I think that
Yeah.
everybody maybe for experienced travelers here they've done Riviera Maya, and now they've done maybe Puerto Vallarta, they've done St. Lucia, wherever, and now they're looking at Jamaica. Now they're waiting for something new, and then Dominican Republic,
Hmm.
Punta Cana is really hopping up there, and yeah, it's definitely a big seller for us.
We
And
found we found when people are afraid or they're hesitant about going to Mexico, they go to Punta Cana. That's when Punta Cana started kind of showing itself because it's still as close as Mexico per se. It still
okay,
has a Latin or Spanish flair like
yep.
Mexico. And so people, when they don't want to go to Mexico for whatever reason, they tend to go to Punta Cana.
Yeah, love it. I still haven't gotten a chance
Yeah,
to go there. I'm dying to go there. It's on my list,
you
and
better go.
I know. I gotta make
Take
it
your wife.
happen. Yeah,
Take your wife.
for sure. I
What
gotta
are,
take her.
so let's talk about specialty items or tours. What's going on in the world? Is groups one of those things?
Yeah, groups is definitely one of those. I think that, as far as excursions go,
Mm,
well, I mean, but that's a great thing. With groups, maybe you want to do a contracted group. So you want the same price for all travelers within your group, and then you want this reserved block inventory. Like you want everybody on the same floor of the hotel. That you can do through us. Well, through you, the travelers,
right.
and then through us. On top of that, then we have a more informal way of doing it. Hey, we're only going to have 5 rooms, so we want to give you some kind of discount, and we'll give you a promo code, and then you can put that promo code on bookings, which is really nice. So,
Right. So
yeah,
it gives
and
them
then
a little
there's
discount.
yeah, so there's at least something for everybody. Where I think that we get caught up in the realm of booking weddings, where my wife and I even thought about doing a destination wedding, and she started off with 40 rooms, and all of a sudden we got down to like 7.
Mhm.
And it was like, okay, well,
Right.
that happens, when you start to think about it and brainstorm of who's going to come. So, yeah, we have something for everyone, whether you have a huge wedding, huge family reunion, uh, whatever the occasion is, we can help out. So,
Do you
and then
get
I think,
one?
yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, and then I think for actual, different tours and excursions, I mean, you name it, and you can do it through us. And I know, Karen, you've looked through our list of features per destination, but
Hmm.
take Mexico, for example. If you want to do a jungle tour, or you want to go snorkeling, or you want a canopy adventure, maybe you want to go on an ATV on the beach. Everything can
Right.
be booked, through us, and we have this wonderful destination management company called Amstar in Mexico. They're phenomenal.
Yeah.
If you want to go to Chichen Itza and you want to go on a tour for a day, everything can just kind of be booked right in our system, and it makes it really easy. And then when you get your travel documents, everything is outlined where you go, what you need to do. It's all catered through the hotel to take you to that tour. It's just really well
Right.
organized. We've made this really easy to be part of that end-to-end experience, where you're not having to go to an offset party and now get to the hotel and go way off, the
Right.
forgotten path, and now you don't know where you're going. Like, everything is coordinated through us, and just really adds to that, what you
And that's
want at the
what
end of
and
the trip.
and that's what we consider a tour company, because a lot of people get confused, I think, with when you say tour company, they're thinking about guided tour companies, where you get on a bus when you get there and they take you on these tours every day, and you go from place to place with the same group of people. But what we're talking about with Apple Leisure Group being a tour company is it's a package, it's a package travel deal where your air,
Yep.
your hotel, and your activities can be arranged in one place. And then you have the freedom to do whatever you want to do. But when you get your documents, everything that you need is included in those documents, so
Yep.
that you get on the plane, you get off the plane, your transfers are included, you get to the hotel, and you can even arrange other excursions and tours while you're at the hotel, but you don't really have to think about anything after that.
Yeah, full disclosure, when my wife and we before I started working here, I was very no all inclusive. We're nomadic. We like to venture out. We like to go try the flavors of the city. We like to do different things. And then I went on my first and we
Mm-hmm.
call it a fam trip, familiarity trip, where you actually get to experience these properties. And then I experienced all inclusive today, because I still feel like there's that mentality of all
Mm-hmm.
inclusives, of this, like, the old $2.99 Las Vegas buffets that you could get back in the day.
Right.
Like, I feel like that, like,
Yeah.
it's like really bad food, and it's just, watered down drinks, and the service isn't good, but it's all with the price. But nowadays, I mean, holy smokes, like, 5-star
Yeah.
property, you have people who are just there at any time for you. You can get any kind of room category